Yes, when we talk about this pandemic, I think we all agree that one immediate impact of this pandemic, as you also rightly said, is the disruption in global and regional value chains. And as a result of that, we've seen how countries in the world have imposed a number of restrictive trade measures to be able to protect their domestic economy. And ASEAN is no exception. And at the beginning of of this pandemic, we've seen countries in the region imposing trade restrictions such as export restrictions as well as reduction in import tariffs. But these are mainly temporary. We have to recognize that, and these are intended mainly to ensure the ability of the domestic economy to meet the demand for these essential goods such as medical equipment and supplies. But I think what's also more important to recognize here is that ASEAN has immediately realized that there is a need to keep our markets open. In fact, as early as February, our leaders have made that commitment during that special summit, during the special summit also in April, wherein they noted that in order to mitigate the impacts of this pandemic, we need to make sure that the markets for trade and investment in the region remain open. And that commitment is also very much embodied in what the leaders have committed last month during the summit, wherein they welcomed the Hanoi Plan of Action, which is an important plan of action that is intended not only to strengthen economic cooperation in the region, but as well as to address supply chain connectivity in ASEAN. So
Yeah.
overall, ASEAN is trying to make sure that in responding to this pandemic, our markets remain open for these essential goods and services. And I think that is also consistent with our goal in the region in terms of how we can achieve a more integrated market or community by ensuring that all these trade barriers are eliminated.
Right. Well, to close up our conversation, if I may ask one more time, we haven't reached the figure or the number or percentage needed to be invested in terms of recovering this pandemic for the ASEAN market. We haven't had the number yet, sir?
Right now, we still don't have the figures, but I think what is being discussed in
All
the
right.
region right now is the importance of having a framework or recovery plan. And for me, that is very important because we really need to be prepared in terms of how we move forward from this pandemic.